I'm thinking about how to explain this. When I was a kid, if I went down to the grocery store to get some cheese, they would cut it and weigh it and wrap it and tell me how much it was. They would actually look at the contents. Now, if you want to go to the grocery store and get cheese, it's already cut, packaged, and all the scanner does is it looks at the code. And that's it. The first time we do something, it looks at the contents, tries to figure out how it's going to be. After that, it looks at how, based on what happened, what code is attached to the experience. So, I don't know, for example, you're thinking about going skiing or motorcycle riding or bungee jumping or something that's got a little risk to it. And you say, I don't know. And so you think it over and then you do it and you find it's either terrible or fine. And so you label it. Okay, I can do this again. It'll be pleasurable, or don't do this. This will kill you. Now, the problem is that it's not just a flight experience that we have to worry about the labels, because we've all had traumatic experiences, some worse than others, maybe some really bad ones, but whatever. During a traumatic experience, we are not in control of what's happening. Otherwise, it would work out okay if we had control. We don't, so it's bad. And the second thing is we had no ability to escape it. So we have this code set up which says, don't ever put yourself in a position where you're not in control, because it could end up killing you or hurting you severely. Okay. And by the way, and don't ever go into a situation where you can't escape. And the way the amygdala responds when you start getting on an airplane where you have no control and no escape, it doesn't say, I don't think you should be doing this. It gives you feelings of alarm. It produces stress hormones. It gives you a feeling of alarm. Now, when you get a feeling of alarm, you could get it about any number of things. I mean, if something unusual happens today, tomorrow, something just jumps out at you, like a car coming through a stoplight or something. You know, you're going to get alarmed. And if you've built in an automatic program to take care of it, fine. Like first responders, they do really dangerous situations. When they get into them, they get highly stressed. And when you get highly stressed, your brain doesn't work very well. So the way they are able to perform is because they have done training where they have certain procedures that they do in certain situations. When they get in a certain situation, that procedure kicks in, they just do it on autopilot. So if somebody comes through a stoplight at you, you probably just automatically, because an experienced driver, you just do what you somehow have been programmed to do. But if it's a situation where you don't have a program, you need to be able to think, okay, what should I do now? And if you're in a state of alarm, you can't do it. So when you get a shot of stress hormones, what happens is there's a system they call the sympathetic nervous system, and it causes your heart rate to go up, your breathing rate to go up, get sweaty, so you perspire and pre-cool your body with evaporation for maximum physical exertion in case you need to run or fight to save your life, and you get tension in your body. Okay, but if you need to be able to think about what you're doing, here you are in the state of alarm, and everything's over your head. You can't think. You need what's called the parasympathetic nervous system. Sympathetic nervous system, parasympathetic. Para means against. It's supposed to kick in. As soon as you get the message, something is going on, and you say, I need to figure out what it is, you need your parasympathetic nervous system to kick in. So you can calm down enough to go from, oh my God, to, I wonder what's going on here. If you look at the content of something that didn't work out, that is going to stress you. That's why what we call pre-flight anxiety, anticipatory anxiety, that's based on content. Linking to engagement is good. You want to link to that moment where you see her face and imagine that well, okay, here's a picture that has some negative labels to it, boarding the airplane, right? The part of your brain is saying, oh, wait a minute, you're not in control, don't do that. Oh, you can't escape either. Oh no, forget about it, get out of here. So you need to put that by, oh God, my mind's going nuts over here. Here you are about to say, honey, will you marry me? And you say, wait a minute, I won't be in control, I won't be able to escape, I'm not doing this, let me out of here. But somehow you stuck with it. Maybe it's because her face is saying, honey, it's okay. So we want to imagine her face saying, honey, it's okay. And she's got this picture right by her face. So her face kind of changes how this looks, changes the code. Second step, you reach toward her with the picture so she can look at it. And you hold a corner, she holds a corner, and you talk about it because you want to get her voice quality. That's where, see, some signals come from her face, some from her voice quality. So you want to get that very positive labeling attached to this. And then the third thing is she gives you a hug when you're doing the exercise.